Buenos dias! Sa video na ito, pag-uusapan natin ang lesson 2 ng STM 111 Pre-Calculus, which is the circle. So we will be discussing here about the definition, the equation, the graph, and the applications of the circle. So let's start. Now, this is a shape that you are already familiar with as early as kindergarten, and you know this as the circle. Yeah. But here in senior high school, we will be more technical about it. So let's try to explore ano nga ba yung special property of a circle. So it's this one. A circle is the set of all points P with coordinates X and Y in a plane whose distance from a fixed point called the center with coordinates H and K is a constant R called the radius. So ibig sabihin, when you have this round shape here, there will be a fixed point called the center there. And if you have or pick any point on the circle, let's say this point P sub 1, and measure the distance from that point to the center, that is represented by R, the radius. Now, if you get another point, let's say this point P sub 2 here, and kapag i-measure mo papunta sa center, R din ang measurement ng distance from the point P sub 2 to the center. So that makes the circle a circle. Anywhere on the circle, if you pick a point, measure mo papunta sa center, ang distance ay R. Okay. So thus all the points on the circle are of equal distance R from the center. Okay. So the standard form of equation for the circle. The standard form of equation ng circle with center na may coordinates na H and K and radius na R is the quantity X minus H squared plus the quantity Y minus K squared equals R squared. Okay? Now, makukuha natin yung standard equation na ito pag ginamit natin yung distance formula from any point with coordinates X and Y to the center with coordinates H and K. Yan. Now, paano naman kapag yung center mo ay nasa origin with coordinates 0 and 0? So, you just have to substitute H to be 0 and K magiging 0. At ito yung magiging standard equation. Now, ito yung dalawang formula for the standard equation. If nakita mo ganito sa baba yung standard equation, x squared lang at y squared, tapos number yung nasa right side ng equation, it's already a clue na yung center niya ay nasa origin. Okay? Otherwise, hindi pa siya sa origin. Okay? So, the general form of equation ng circle, from the standard form of equation, if we expand the binomials, I mean the squared factored form here, so x, the quantity x minus h squared, pag i-expand natin yan at ito, the quantity y minus k squared, magiging ganito po siya. X squared minus 2hx plus h squared plus y squared minus 2ky plus k squared equals r squared. And then, if from that, we will parang enclose in a parenthesis yung negative 2h and negative 2k. Because you want to have x and y's lamang na variables, diba? Yeah. And from that, if we let d to be negative 2h, eto, so gagawin mo siyang letter d, ang negative 2h. Eto namang negative 2k, gagawin mo siyang e. And this h squared plus k squared minus r squared, gagawin mo siyang f. So magiging ganito na yung kanyang equation. So correction on this one, there should be a y here, ey. So let me correct that first. Okay, there you have it. I already corrected the ey. So from that, from x squared plus y squared plus dx plus ey plus f equals 0, yan ang ating general form of equation. So hence, ito yung general form of equation kapag yung center mo ay nasa h and k at yung radius mo ay r. So h, k, and r will be numbers later on, or possible numbers. Okay? So where h is negative d over 2, k is equal to negative e over 2, and r is equal to the square root of h squared minus k squared minus f, as mentioned on the previous slide. And remark lang, by completing the square, the general form of equation can be transformed into standard form. Okay. So kanina from standard form of equation, ginawa natin siyang general form of equation. So pwede rin natin siyang baliktarin from general form of equation to standard form by completing the square. Okay, so let us proceed. So now let us proceed to graphing circles. Paano ba ginagraph ang circles? So we are to find the center and the radius of the circle, given the equation, and then we sketch the graph. So these are the examples that we will be dealing with for graphing circles. If you notice here, we have here for number 1, obviously, klaro po na ang center ay nasa origin. Then for number 2, yung center natin ay wala sa origin, di ba? Kasi hindi siya x squared and y squared lang. And then for number 3, if you notice, hindi siya standard form of equation. So those are the 3 cases for graphing circles. So let's start with number 1. Given is x squared plus y squared equals 16. So it is in the form x squared plus y squared equals r squared. So if you compare that, center at the origin to. So the center HK is at 0 and 0, origin. And then r squared natin is 16. And thus, our r is 4. Now, if we already have the center and the radius, yun lang mga kailangan natin para sa pag-graph ng circle, center and the radius, then we can already start graphing. We plot first the center, which is at 0 and 0, there. Make sure to label the point with its coordinates. And then r is 4, radius is 4. So, ibig sabihin from that center, mag-count tayo ng 4 units pataas. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we mark that. And then to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, there. And going down, 1, 2, 3, 4. And going to the left from the center, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yan. So, ganyan ang style sa pag-graph ng circle. We just count from the center, ilang units yon, r units. So, in this case, 4 units. I-mark natin yon, and we can already graph our circle. We make a circle shape, of course, kasi circle ang ginagraph natin. Okay? And then you can erase yung mga, kung may malaking points kayo nilagay doon. Okay? So, ganyan lang po kadali mag-graph ng circle. Given the standard equation, center at the origin. Now, paano naman kapag yung center mo wala sa origin, standard form? For instance, example number 2, we have x plus 1 squared plus quantity y plus 3 squared equals 25. Now, in that case, ganito yung form niya ng equation. Standard form of equation, center at h and k. If you will convert this one into this form, okay, or mas specify natin yung plus, gawin natin minus, kasi minus yung nasa formula natin. So, magiging minus negative 1. Kasi negative times negative will result to a positive. And then, same with this one. So from that, madali mo nang malalaman na yung h mo ay negative 1 and your k is negative 3. Yan, r squared is 25. So from that, pwede mo nang kunin yung coordinates ng center, negative 1 yung h, and negative 3 yung k. So center mo is at negative 1 and negative 3. Yung 25 will represent your r squared, and thus your r is 5 by getting the square root for both sides. So dahil meron ka ng center at radius, pwede mo nang i-plot at i-graph ang circle. So plot the center first at negative 1 and negative 3. So that's negative 1 here and negative 3 there. So yun ang ating center. Make sure to label the center. Okay? So ang radius natin na 5. So mag-count tayo ng 5 units pataas. 5 units there. 5 units to the right. Then 5 units pababa. And 5 units to the left. Yan. Mark natin yung mga endpoints na yun kasi doon natin dadaan yung mga circle. Yung circle natin. Yung circle natin. Okay, so, draw na natin yung circle. And there you have it. That is your circle with center at negative 1 and negative 3 and radius of 5. Okay. So, for examples number 1 and 2, ang binigay na given equation ay standard form. Now, paano naman kapag general form of equation? So, let us have example number 3. We have x squared plus y squared minus 4x plus 10y equals negative 13. So this is general form of equation. So ang gagawin natin, meron tayong two methods. Method 1, we can use the formulas from this one. Diba? X squared plus y squared plus bx plus ey plus f equals 0. Okay? And then, okay, so from this one, i-copy natin yung formula. And notice here that your d is negative 4, your e is 10, and your f is 13. Yan. Compare mo lang ang formula at ang given equation. Then gamitin natin yung mga formulas natin. For h, di ba negative d over 2 yun? Then substitute negative 4 for d. So negative 4 divided by 2 is negative 2 times negative. That becomes positive. And then for k, that gives you, you can get it from negative e over 2, where your e is 10. So simplify that one, it's negative 5. Yung r naman, di ba h squared minus k squared minus f. So h mo is 2 and k mo is negative 5. F mo is 13. You can substitute and then simplify that one, that will give you 4. So meron ka ng h, k na negative, 2 and negative 5 at yung radius mo na 4. So you can already have your center and your radius from that. So ganyan ang paggamit ng formulas for method 1. Okay. And another one, we have method 2, wherein, as mentioned on the previous slide, the past slide, no, na pwede mong i-transform ang general to standard using completing the square. So i-transform muna natin yung given to standard form of equation. So given this one, what we have to do first is to group the variables. So group yung x's at yung y's. So i-move lang yung negative 4x at yung y. And then after that, we will be completing the square. Okay? So when we complete the square, dito sa mga x's, i-group natin at we add a blank. So y's, we also add a blank. And dahil dalawang blanks ang in-add mo sa left side of the equation, we also add 2 blanks on the right side of the equation. And then ang i-add natin dito ay b over 2 squared. So again, what we will add on the blanks are b over 2 squared. So ano tong b? b is the middle coefficient here. So this is negative 4. Negative 4 divided by 2 is negative 2. Tapos square mo yon, yung answer ay 4. So what you added here on the left side, i-add mo rin sa kabila para fair. Okay. Okay. And then, for the y's, 10, half of it is 5. Squared is 25. You also add on the other side. Yan. Then after that, what we will be doing is to factor. Ito ay isang perfect square trinomial. And so with this one, so pwede na natin i-factor. Paano ba tayo nagfa-factor niyan? Okay, so we group them. And then sa labas ng squared, we copy the variable, which is x. We copy the sign. And then 1/2 of 4 is 2. Okay, if you'll ask me saan yung 4 napunta, if you square 2 squared, later on, pag i-expand to, magiging ganito siya sa taas. Yan. And so with this one, copy the variable y, copy the sign plus, 1/2 of 10 is 5. There. So kung saan napunta ang 25, magiging 5 squared mamaya, magiging 25. So eto naman ay simplify mo at ang answer dyan ay 16. Okay. So yan ang standard form of equation. From that, pwede mo nang kunin ang inyong center, which is 2, ang h, ang k, which is negative 5. Kasi di ba plus 5, so later on, magiging minus negative 5. So, yun. And r squared is 16. Get the square root, that is 4. Now, for method 2, pinakita rin dito kung paano kunin ang center at yung radius by completing the square. So, i-transform muna into standard form of equation. Now, from that, sa kinuha natin kanina, that is our center, 2 and negative 5, and radius is 4. And after that, pwede natin i-plot ang center, 2 and negative 5, there. Radius is 4, count tayo ng 4 units pataas, 4 units to the right, 4 units pababa, 4 units to the left. So, you just count, no? So, ganun. Then, gawin na, i-draw na natin or sketch ang circle natin. And there you have it. So, that is your circle for the example number 3. Okay? So, that is how you graph circles given whether standard form of equation or general form of equation. Okay. Now, next, general form to standard form. So, transform the following equations into standard form and identify the center and the radius. Okay? So, similar with example number 3 ang gagawin, pero walang graphing. Mag-stop lang tayo sa center at sa radius kasi yun lang ang hinihingi sa instructions natin. Okay. So, we have 2 given equations here in general form, so we transform them. Okay. Now, for number 1, we have 4x squared plus 4y squared minus 16x minus 24y plus 51 equals 0. So, to transform, we first, ang gagawin natin ay, yung constant na 51, we apply APE or addition property of equality. We add negative 51 sa left at sa right. So, magiging negative 51 yung 0 sa kabila. Or if you're familiar with transpose, yun. So that is what we did here. Okay, so that is APA technical. Next, we group the variables according to the letter. So that is, we group the x's and the y's. From that, di ba, ang standard form of equation, yung x squared at y squared, wala siyang coefficient other than 1. So we divide by 4 ang x squared at yung y squared. Okay? Pareho naman yan silang ang kanilang mga coefficient kasi di ba sa lesson 1, pag circle ang given equation, pareho yung coefficient ni x squared at ni y squared. So divide by 4 everything. So ito yung magiging result. And then after that, what we will be doing is to complete the square by adding b over 2 squared. So we add blanks. Okay? So anong i-add natin sa first blank? Kalahati ni negative 4, which is negative 2 squared, positive 4. So we add 4. We also add 4 here. Yeah. And then negative 6, ang kalahati nun ay negative 3. And square it, that is 9. So we also add 9. There. Next, factoring. So sa factoring, copy the variable, copy the sign, and get 1/2 of 4, which is 2. Ang square sa labas. Huwag kalimutan. Then copy the variable, copy the sign. 1/2 of 6 is 3. Ang square sa labas. And simplify this part here sa right side of the equation. That will give you 1/4. So that is your standard form of equation. Di ba ang first instruction is to convert to standard form. And after that, find the center and the radius. So from that, ito yung standard form natin kanina. Our center here is a 2 and 3. Yes, so this is h and k. And yung radius, r squared is 1/4. Then square root nun, 1/2. So that is our radius. So yun. So we will not do graphing on this example kasi hindi naman siya hinihingi sa ating instructions. Okay. So let's proceed to example number 2. 100x squared plus 100y squared minus 100x plus 240y minus 56 equals 0. So first things first, yung constants, doon sa right side, we apply APE or transpose. Okay, so we have 56 here. And then we group the x's and the y's. Yan. Tapos, divided by 100 lahat. Kasi di ba x squared lang at y squared dapat matira. Pareho naman yan sila ng coefficient palagi sa circle. Okay? And so 100 divided by 100. This one, 240 divided by 100. That will result to 12/5. Your calculator, lowest term. So with this one, 56 divided by 100. That's 14/25, lowest term. Yeah. Completing the square by adding b over 2 squared. So we add blanks. 1/2 of 1, negative 1 pala, is negative 1/2. Square it, that's 1/4. You also add 1/4 on the other side. Then kalahati ng 12/5 is 6/5 squared is 36/25. You also add it on the other side. Then we do factoring. As per usual, copy the variable, copy the sign, get 1/2 of 1, which is 1/2. Then, here naman sa y's, copy the variable y, positive or plus, and then kalahati ng 12/5, which is 6/5. Simplify the right side of the equation, that is 9/4. So that is our standard form of equation for this given general form of equation ng circle. So ito yun kanina. And then, from that, you can already extract the h and the k. So h is 1/2, k is negative 6/5 kasi plus. So pag kukunin mo yung k, magiging negative, di ba? Yeah. And then your radius is, this one is r squared. So get the square root, that is 3/2. So that is your center and your radius. Again, we will not graph for this example because it was not instructed sa direction natin. Okay, so that is how you transform general form to standard form and how you get the center and the radius of a circle. And lastly, we're here on the applications part. We will be applying what we learned about the circle in real life scenarios. So for the applications, let's have number 1. A street with 2 lanes, each 10 feet wide, goes through a semicircular tunnel with radius 12 feet. 12 feet. How high is the tunnel at the edge of each lane? Round off to 2 decimal places. So the concept of circle and what we learned about the circle can be applied in semicircular tunnels. Okay, so medyo engineering works. Okay, so when we have a problem, let's analyze or understand ano ba yung given sa problem. So first, we have a street with 2 lanes, each 10 feet wide. And then we try to illustrate that one. So we have these 2 lanes. Okay. And then, mayroong semicircular tunnel kung saan dumadaan yung lanes. So meron tayong semicircular tunnel. Yung radius nun ay 12 feet. So ibig sabihin, mula dito sa gitna, mula rito, papunta sa edge sa tunnel ay 12 feet. Ang tanong, how high is the tunnel at the edge of each lane? So ito yung edge ng lane. Ang height nun, ano yun? Dito rin sa kabila, ano yung height? Same lang man yung sila. Okay. So round off to 2 decimal places. Okay, so when we have a word problem on involving conic sections, it's better if we illustrate it in a Cartesian plane wherein yung reference point ay nasa origin. In this case, our center, we place it sa origin and the illustration, we place it there. Yan. So, ito yung magiging tunnel mo doon, 12 feet ang radius. So yung kanyang standard form of equation is x squared plus y squared equals 12 squared, which is 144. Then, yung tunnel, dito yung end niya sa 10 at sa negative 10. No? So let's say dito sa positive 10, ano yung height nun? Yun ang hinahanap natin. Same lang man yung height dito sa negative 10. So let's just focus sa positive 10 para walang negative signs na nai-involve. Okay. But if you want to use negative 10, pareho lang po yung result. So, from this one, if accurate yung graph natin, okay, okay, so yung coordinates ng, sa point na ito, ang x mo ay 10, yung y yung hinahanap mo. At dito, may clue ka na yung y ay 6 dito banda. Okay, so ano tong 6 point something? Okay, so kung accurate yung graphing mo, yung illustration, at least ma-predict mo na it's 6 point something. So, yun, ang hinahanap natin. So from this one, x squared plus y squared equals 144, yung standard equation ng ating semicircular tunnel, we have x to be 10, we substitute 10 for x. So 10 squared, which is 100. Tapos, apply APE, so magiging minus 100 on the other side. Okay, so simplify that one, that's 44. Y squared, get the square root. So the square root of 44 is approximately 6.63 feet. So, ibig sabihin, dito, yung height ng tunnel sa dulo ng lane, sa edge ng lane, sa side, ay 6.63 feet high. So, yun ang answer sa ating problem number 1. Okay, so let us have another problem. Example number 2. Let's have a circular play area with radius 3 meters is to be partitioned into 2 sections using a straight fence as shown in the figure. How high should the fence be? So, ito yung figure. Ito yung circular play area. Tapos, meron tayong fence na ilalagay dito. Okay. So, yung standard equation nito ay x squared plus y squared equals 9. Kasi yung radius niya ay 1, 2, 3. Ito yung radius. Okay. And then, at this point, let's say that is point A. Alam natin yung coordinates ay negative 1, yung x coordinate. Yung y, hindi natin alam. So, ano yung from this point papunta sa taas? Okay. And for B, we also have x. The x coordinate is negative 1. So, negative y din yung siya sa baba. Okay? So, yan ang hanapin natin. Hence, yung hinahanap natin is kung how high or it should be how long should the fence be. No? Okay? So, the line segment AD is equal to 2y. Kasi A papunta dito is Y. Then pababa is Y. So Y plus Y is 2Y. So yun ang hanapin natin, 2Y ang hinahanap natin dito. Okay? So from the standard equation, we have X is negative 1. So that will be positive 1. If you square that and apply APE, so magiging 9 minus 1. Then simplify, that's 8. Get the square root. Y is approximately 2.83. But yung hinahanap natin dito ay 2Y kasi from A to B, that is 2Y. Yung Y, yung kalahati lang, parang sa tunnel. Okay, so times 2 lang, that is approximately 5.66 meters. So, yan. Therefore, the fence should be 5.66 meters long. Okay, so that's it for this video lecture on lesson 2, the circle. Muchas gracias.